I told you guys the stimulus check and stimulus package updates will be a roller coaster. We now have updates from Mitch McConnell, and Nancy Pelosi gives us direct answers on what exactly is going on, plus a new superhero in Congress with a proposal for $1,200 stimulus checks. I really like this guy. He's proposing a bill with just the checks. That's it, nothing else. And he has great reasons why we should support that. You'll really like what he said on the Senate floor. We also have great news for the vaccine, which will hopefully give us the ultimate stimulus in getting this country opened again and back to work. So let's get to all the details right after you please hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's cover the vaccine story really fast and then get to stimulus talks. Late last night, the FDA Advisory Committee gave a green light to move forward with the Pfizer vaccine with a 17-4 vote, which means that we'll get the final approval from the FDA within days. The vaccine will be ready for distribution 24 hours after that, which means we need the stimulus package fast with the state and local funding so we can distribute and administer the vaccine. So how are we doing with this stimulus package? You know, we have two packages now, a $908 billion package that has $300 per week unemployment boost for 16 weeks and no stimulus checks, and a $916 billion package that has $600 in stimulus checks for qualifying adults and children and no unemployment boost. So just pick a freaking bill and pass it already. It's literally the same bill when it comes to everything else. Mitch McConnell is really pissing me off right now. It's like he's trying to sabotage any effort to get a stimulus deal done. And honestly, at this point, I don't buy his words when he says that the Democrats keep moving the goalposts. No, sorry. Maybe that was the case back with Nancy Pelosi when, come to think of it, she never really moved at all. She was just stuck at 2.2 trillion. But whatever, that is behind us now. But now, when you have a bipartisan group of senators offer a $908 billion bill, then you change it to $916 billion by taking away a very important unemployment boost and add $600 for stimulus checks, then you, Mitch McConnell, are the one who's moving the goalposts. The best bill would include both, and it is difficult to pick which one is better. The $300 per week adds up to $4,800 over 16 weeks, which is far more than the $600 stimulus checks, even when you add a spouse and a couple of kids. So unemployed people will definitely prefer the $908 billion package. On the other hand, you have people who don't qualify for unemployment, who are maybe working right now, but working much less hours than they used to before. And there's also people on Social Security, SSDI, and SSI who need help too. So it is a tough choice, but we're at a point where we just need Congress to make a choice, make a decision, and move forward and get it done. The people can't wait any longer. Plus, they said many times that this is just a down payment, an emergency relief package that we need now, then another stimulus package will come sometime next year. So again, they created this issue now where there are two options, one for Republicans to hate and one for Democrats to hate on, just to create division. Mitch McConnell doesn't like the $908 billion bill, and Nancy Pelosi doesn't like the $916 billion package because it doesn't have unemployment pay. They just need to agree, just compromise and agree on one of them. Now, when asked about when she thinks an agreement can be reached, Nancy Pelosi didn't give a specific date, but said that they're not going to leave until something is done. I know we've heard that before, but this is what she said. She'd like to get something done by the end of next week, but she also said that they've worked through Christmas before 5 years ago, and they can't leave here without having a piece of legislation. I really hope it doesn't get to that because regular state unemployment benefit will expire the day after Christmas. So we need something done now, something done very, very soon before we reach all these economic cliffs at the end of the year. While all this is happening, we have a new superhero in the Senate who said this on the Senate floor.
I'm delighted to join with Senator Sanders in this important legislation. It's very simple legislation, and this is, to my mind, a very simple proposition. Here's the proposition, that when it comes to COVID relief in the midst of this crisis, working families and working people should be first to get relief, not last. Their interests, their needs should be first on our to-do list, not last. Now, I've heard some of my colleagues say that there just isn't enough left for working families, that once we take care of our other priorities and COVID relief, there just isn't enough left to give direct assistance to individuals. I want to respectfully suggest that those priorities are exactly reversed. We should begin with the working people of this country. And that's why the legislation that Senator Sanders and I are introducing, which I believe every senator voted for in March. It's simple legislation, $1,200 for each individual, $2,400 for a couple, and $500 for every dependent in the family. It's exactly what this Congress approved overwhelmingly back in March, and it was indeed a lifeline. I know it was for Missourians in my state, for working families in my state. I remember in the hours and days after Congress passed this in March, fielding call after call after call from friends, from people I didn't know in my state but whom I represent, and called me to say, first of all, is it really true? Are we actually going to be getting this support? And then just to say, thank you. And I said, don't thank me. Thank you for being the ones who have built this country, the ones who sustain this country, the ones on whom this country depends.
So yeah, Senator Josh Hawley got it right. We can't think of stimulus directly to the people as an afterthought. Let's get all this money distributed to all these priorities here and there, and if you have anything left, we'll give the crumbs to the people. No, this is wrong, and I totally agree with him. They should send money to the people first. I don't know if you guys caught it, but this guy is a Republican, and he's working on this proposal with Bernie Sanders. So we'll see what happens with that bill, but definitely this will be a very popular bill. $1,200 per adult, $2,400 for couples, $500 per kid, per dependent. Let's get it out there and get it passed. Lastly, I just wanted to let you know, if you live in Houston, Texas, they just approved about $30 million that will go to about 24,000 people in the form of $1,200 stimulus checks. They have to send this money out before the end of the year, but they didn't yet figure out who will be eligible or how the funds will be sent. So if you're from there, keep an eye out on your local news or do a Google search to find out more details. But something is coming your way if you're in Houston, Texas, very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. Please hit the like button on the video, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications bell to be notified whenever I publish new videos and new content for you. Also, make sure to check the link in the description below for the Yara savings account. It's a savings account that is FDIC insured, but gives you interest with a lottery system. If you use the link below, you'll get 100 tickets when you deposit as little as $25 for a chance to win up to $10 million. Then you'll get a weekly ticket for every $25 that you deposit. I really think this is the future of banking, as it encourages savings to earn more chances at winning a large prize. Also, don't forget to get your free stocks from Webull, potentially worth up to $1,600 when you deposit only $100, which is just like cash. You can take it out anytime you feel like it. All the links are in the description below. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.